Hey you guys, Desmond here,
And Creature.
and welcome back to the channel. And today we are here with the finale of RuPaul's Drag Race Global All Stars Season 1.
Right.
So, before we get into it, I want to remind everyone to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We are so close to our goal of 1,000 subscribers. So, to help us achieve that, we need you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and leave the comments because y'all been showing out in the comments here lately. Thank you. And share with your family, friends, and others that love Drag Race.
Mm-hmm.
So, two questions for you, Miss Creature.
Yep.
Question number one. What did you think of this finale?
Um, for some weird reason, it was like a lot of fluff and extremely underwhelming.
Oh, okay. For me, I really liked the finale. The only part that really slowed it down was the sit down with Rue and Michelle.
Uh-huh.
Because each one of these queens have done this already with Rue and Michelle, except for Alyssa. But hell, Alyssa's been on our TV for so long, there wasn't much new that I learned from her
In
sit
many
down.
forms.
Yeah. Like, there wasn't much new that I learned with the sit down from Rue. And then Queen Kitty and, well, Nalenia's never done it. But Nalenia did it with Priscilla.
Right.
So, like, I still, like, when we do All Stars, I don't see the purpose of doing this. Or if we do, it needs to be a lot shorter. Or, what was it, Mexico, where they did it all at once?
Yeah.
I think that would be real cute. Have all four of them sitting there with Michelle and Rue and, you know, switch it up a little bit. But other than that, I thought the finale was quite well. I enjoyed the final run. Ooh, the final runway. I can't wait to talk about that final runway, honey.
We'll get there in the next 5 minutes.
My goodness. And then the remix that they did.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God for Kitty. I never thought I would say thank God for Kitty, but thank God for Kitty. And we're going to give props where props is due to the others. But my next question for you is, now that the season's over, we have our winner. We've made it through 12 episodes, 11 weeks. What did you think of the first season? And I'm going to say there's going to be another season of Global All Stars. What did you think of this first season of Global All Stars?
I think it was okay. It was pretty good. It had some moments, some strange moments, but I think it was pretty decent.
The queens made it pretty decent for me. It was the judging. It was the judging this season. Like, even, you know me, I like judging in teams. Even if you take that aspect out of it, it's still like, it was, I'm going to be honest with you, there was 2 times, in my opinion, that I feel like Alyssa should have lip synced this season. And the fact that she didn't or wasn't even nowhere near the bottom, or she was in the top that week, is what got me. I'm like, oh, okay.
We're doing that.
And to me, it seemed that Rue favored the quote-unquote Rue girls more than the international queens. It seemed like that from time to time. I just hope
being like the exception.
With Nalenia being the exception because they did a top 4. If they would have did a top 3, I guarantee you Nalenia would have went home.
Yes, definitely.
Like, if they didn't do a lot of perusing and did just a regular challenge for top 4, Nalenia would have went home. Oh, the internet would have rioted. Because, you know, everybody got behind Nalenia this season. Everybody. But yeah, overall this season, not my favorites of what we've seen so far. Not my favorite. Not my favorite. I felt oddly emotional when Alyssa won, and we'll talk about it more a little bit later.
Like emotional in a good way?
Like a good way. Like,
okay.
It was like, I don't know if it was just because we've seen Alyssa for so long on our TVs. It was just like, she finally did it.
Right.
she finally got it. Because she's one of the crownless queens of the franchise that are just as big or bigger than some of the winners.
Mm-hmm.
But she just never, and now she got one.
Right.
So that got me a little bit. But let's
now
go
we
ahead.
need to create a show so Queen can get one.
Let's get into this. And also, let me know if the time gets to like 1 minute. Just kind of stop me and say we're running out of time. She knows what I mean. Y'all don't. But
Right.
just let me know we're running out of time and I'll adjust accordingly. I don't think we are, but just in case.
No, not yet. It still says time.
Alright, so we start off the episode with the top 4 entering the workroom. They're sitting down. Alyssa mentions how she's been doing this for 23 years for the 23,000th time. RuPaul enters the workroom and announces for the final Maxi Challenge, they will be doing a remix to a song, Dance Like Nobody's Watching? Is that what it's called?
Yes. Dance like the whole world is watching.
Dance Like the Whole World is Watching. They'll have to come up with their own verse and their own, TikTok dance.
TikTok dance.
Which I thought that was, I'm like, okay. As well as learn the choreography that Jamal has for them.
Mm.
And that's also, like we stated in most finales, RuPaul and Michelle's going to sit down with the top 4 with a tic-tac, chick-chack. So, the queens sit down. They start writing their verse. We get to sit down with RuPaul and Michelle. Now, they call it a tic-tac, chit-chat, but I didn't see no tic-tacs. Now, was I tripping? Did you see any?
I saw them.
You did? Okay, maybe I wasn't looking hard enough.
So, because they were far away, so instead of them being, like, in front of them like we're used to or like they used to be in the past, they were in the distance. And so when they did a pan through of the first interview, they panned by the little bowl of orange Tic Tacs.
I must have blinked when that happened. Yeah, I must have blinked when that happened. But as always, Michelle and Ru are fantastic hosts. They had some good conversations. I just don't feel like I learned anything new from any of the queens.
Right.
And typically that's what I like.
We have a gift for you.
Oh, yeah, which I'm going to have to get that little pin. Actually, I need to get back to getting the badges. You can see I have some there. I need to get back into getting the badges. I'll definitely...
I have one badge.
I'm definitely going to have to get that global badge. And I love how a queen actually had gifts for them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I love that. Love that. So they meet with Jamal. I want to talk about what Alyssa wore for this music video. Tell me you're running out of drag without telling me you ran out of drag. Because that's your promo look.
Mm-hmm.
With a random set of thigh highs and gloves and a wig we've seen a good 2-3 times. And I ain't mad at it because, it is what it is. But out of all the queens that I would expect to run out of drag, Alyssa's not one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, my goodness. I'm like, okay, Alyssa, I would have thought you would have came over prepared. Because to be honest with you, that outfit she had on for the final lip sync, I would have used that here and still put it on for the final lip sync. Be like, hold on, put this back on. Put this right back on, honey. But yes, we see the queens. And now let's get to the main stage. Up first, we have our hostess with the mostest, our mother, RuPaul. What did you think of Ru this week for the finale?
Oh, this is probably like the most gorgeous. She looked old school Hollywood with I love this so much.
And
Classic,
your score?
A+.
I agree with your A+. I wouldn't change a thing about this outfit. It is beautiful. So, for the finale, we are joined by Michelle Visage, Jamal Sims, and Miss Columbia. I practiced her name so many times. She said call her Ari Gutierrez Arvalo. It's the first name that got me. Her middle and last name got that. It was her first name. But yeah, call her Ari, which is kind of weird. I'm like, we normally don't have guest for the finale.
Ariana Gutierrez.
And we noticed that, was it UK versus the World that did it too? Had a guest for the finale. I'm like, finale days are typically pretty long. I wouldn't want a guest judge there for that. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's like someone who's like Drag Race. Like if it was a drag queen from Drag Race. Or if it was like one of the judges from a franchise. Okay, they've done this before. So, yeah, we can have them here. Because they'll know what it's like, the longness of finale. Because the fact that she got to sit there and watch them lip sync to Bad Romance 4 times. But yeah. So, the final category for the season is Best Drag in the World. And for this, we get to see all of our girls. Up first, from Belgium, we have Athena Lickies. What did you think of Athena?
I really like this. This was gorgeous. It was ethereal. I give it an A.
I give it an A+. This was everything that I needed. Athena came out and be like, bitch, I might have went home first. But I was still a runner-up on my season, so let me show you what I am, okay? Up next is Miranda LaBrow. Now, Miranda, this is everything. And the fact that she actually shaved her head for this, that was another level of amazingness for me. Yeah, amazingness, that's the word. I give this an A-. I really like this. I would have chose a different shoe.
Same. I agree with your A-, and I definitely know she should have chose a different shoe because she couldn't walk in these shoes.
Yeah. What gets me about Miranda is, I started looking online, and, Miranda made top 4. She was a runner-up for Brazil.
Right.
And, they started shooting Global All-Stars while Brazil was airing. That means they had to call the girl. Be like, hey, A, you didn't win.
Damn.
And B, do you want to come back and do Global All-Stars? Because I believe Miranda said it was like halfway through the airing of Brazil when they called. And I'll be like, oh, well, thanks for letting me know I didn't win. How am I supposed to prepare for a season? I need to take in the fact that I just lost. I'm like, I thought, there might have been a chance that, maybe y'all would have gave it to me. I know Organza was that girl, but, sometimes, things change. I'm telling you, I would have been no good. Let me make top 4 of a season. And while it's airing, I'm getting a call from Ru. Hey, you want to do this global? Huh? Wait. Rewind. Ru, Michelle, in them.
Is this for winners?
Like, is it for winners? Winner, right? Winner, right? Because this particular season, we did a top 2. So, but yeah, Miranda. Same for Gala. Gala said the same thing happened for her. I think she said episode 4 was airing when they called her. And I'm like, baby, the season just started and y'all already well, again, Christian Pralata, like, come on. Christian was there. But still, that would have crushed all my little dreams. I'm like, well, can I have a moment to process this, then call you back and say yes?
I say yes, but just give me a minute.
Give me a minute.
This, please.
But up next, from the Philippines, we have Eva La Queen. What did you think of Eva?
I like this. It looked really difficult to walk in, though.
Really difficult.
Like, she looked like she was struggling to get down the runway. Other than that, I give this a good A-.
I give this an A. This was so good. Although she could barely move in it, it was so beautiful. So head to toe. Really enjoyed this. Up next is Soul de Muse from France. So, rumor has it that there was a runway that was not used for this season. And people think it was dog related. Because if you remember Nalenia last week for the Lollapalooza, she came out in that gown and it had the little dog collar on. Pythia was a 3-headed dog. And now Soa's coming out. And you know what would go really cute with this look? A dog.
A tail.
So I'm like, yeah, a lot of people think there was a dog runway that wasn't used. And I'm not mad at Soa for doing that. Because I've said this before, if I don't make the finale, I'm saving my finale garment for when I make it to a finale. And if I never make it to a finale, I guess you're never going to see it. Because, no, you ain't going to get to see this. Anyway, what did you... I think Soa... This was cute. This gets a B for me. It doesn't scream finale. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't scream finale, but I do enjoy it.
Yeah, I thought it was cute. And I agree with your B.
Up next is Galavaro! Oh, what did you think of Gala?
This was a completely different look for Galavaro. I just didn't recognize her. This gets an A+ for me.
If you can't tell by the number of screenshots this got, A++++ to the moon ++, across the galaxy ++, a Milky +2. I love this. And I don't even want to wait till later to say this was my favorite. Like, this was immaculate. This. I loved it. I loved it. Up next is Pythia. Again, this is amazing. I give this an A. I thought this was real creative. Even though it's for another runway, it still gives finale. I like this. A.
A+.
Ooh. Up next is Vanity Vane from Sweden. What did you think of Vanity Vane?
This gets a B-. It doesn't read finale to me.
Yeah. One thing I love about Vanity, she's always going to give you a pop star. Everything she wears gives very pop star aesthetic. But I do agree, you know, with it being the finale, I wanted just a little bit more. A little bit more. But I'll give it a B+, because I really like this. Up next from Germany, we have Tessa Testicle. Beautiful. Elegant. Amazing. A+.
Look, this gets an A++ for me. Not only because it's my favorite color. Not only because it looks like butterflies. But this is the most... Aside from the one look she made from Alyssa's scraps, this is probably the most beautiful I've seen Tessa. This was an A++ for me.
Beautiful. And now it's time for our top 4. Up first, from the USA, Alyssa Edwards. What did you think of Alyssa?
I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't a big fan of this look. This gets an A- for me. Like, it's good purple. Just, it's a lot of ruffles and not enough skirt for me.
I absolutely love this look. It fit the category, the best drag. Alyssa's always going to give you a nasty walk. Like, this was everything for me. I give this an A. I thought, again, Alyssa paid some good coins for this runway this season, okay? There was
She paid some good coins for all of her runways this season.
Yeah. Up next,
especially that one futuristic look that glows.
Oh my God! I know she spent a pretty penny on that one. I know she did. Up next from the UK, we have Kitty Scott Claus. I do agree that it's giving Barbie. It's just we need finale Barbie, not biker Barbie.
This is giving Elwood's decided to be a writer and a lawyer.
I agree with that. I'm going to give it a B. I do like it, but I just, for the finale, I want a little vroom vroom, give us a little more. Put the foot on the gas, honey.
I agree with your B.
Up next from Down Under, we have Mother. Oh, that's backwards. Queen Kong. What did you think of Queen?
I absolutely love this. Like, the wig is on point. This is probably one of the best outfits that she brought. And I'm glad this one made it. If this was an intentional look. Like, this gets an A+ for me. Like, this took my breath away when I saw it.
I agree with your A+. And I love the story behind it, the cultural references for her culture.
Mm-hmm.
It all worked for me. It was a beautiful moment. Up next is Nalenia from Italy. Nalenia, A+. I want one in every color. Every color. What did you think?
I agree with your A+. This was gorgeous. And the way that, like, she walked, she's just like, I'm a pretty princess.
I love it.
And I'm like, you know what? You are a pretty princess.
So, out of the top 4, who had your favorite look?
Might be a little biased, but I'm going to say Queen.
For me, I'm going to have to go with Nalenia, right next to each other, as they should be. Boop, boop. But yeah, both of these looks were amazing. Amazing.
Yes.
So they get their final critiques. They go back to the workroom. Oh, wait, no. I skipped over the music video.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
Yeah, you sure did.
I was trying to skip.
Like the next 2 pictures are the video.
Yeah, dance like the world is watching. So,
yes.
Up first we have Alyssa Edwards. Now, I want to give her props first because this was way better than that verse she gave us during the girl group challenge.
Earlier in the season.
Oh, my God. I was worried. But I'm like, they got to write a verse? But now, y'all remember what Alyssa gave last time. But she came out, gave a good verse. She threw a lot of dance references in there, of course. She is a dance teacher and a dancer herself. Yes. I thought she did okay. But I really like this look.
Very hard.
I really like this look. I want to see the fullness of this look.
Mm-hmm.
Thought this was real cute. What did you think of Alyssa in the dance like the world is watching?
The look is okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's very bright, but I'm assuming that's for a reason. As far as the verse is concerned, I mean, I'm basic and can't remember lyrics 98% of the time. So the fact that I can remember at least like Memphis, Texas, and Pot of Beret.
I was going to forget the Pot of Beret, honey. The Pot of Beret.
Don't forget the Pot of Beret.
But I will say, Miss Mama was dancing, okay? Even the moment where they were doing like the TikTok dance and then the dance with the backup thing, like it was all. I was like, "Come through, Alyssa."
Yes, she did give. I will say, like the most
in that terrible outfit she had.
In that terrible outfit, she gave the most TikTok dancery dance.
But then again, she teaches, so I imagine the kids keep her on TikTok.
Well, yeah, I mean, and she said that. She said that when she was talking to Jamal, and they were filming it. She was like, my kids, anytime Mr. Justin, let's do a TikTok dance, and they'll have me do a TikTok dance. So she knew what she was getting herself into.
Up next is Kitty Scott Claus. Ate this up. Give Kitty a challenge where she got to write a verse. It's going to be iconic.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, now I didn't top the Hey Sis It's Christmas verse. But it's up there. It's up there, okay? And like I said, thank God for Kitty. Thank God for Kitty. Because her verse was everything. And although she's not the best dancer, she kept up. She did her little 1-2 in her, solo TikTok dance. But then, when dancing with the backup dancers, she was doing good there too. I'm like, well, look at you. What did you think of Miss Scott Claus?
I think Kitty did okay. I think I probably wasn't like listening very well because you're giving her verse very high praise, and I'm just kind of like, it was meh for me.
I loved it. Loved it very much.
I bet you did. As far as the dance is concerned, I thought it was really funny. It was still kind of TikTokery, if I can do it and I have absolutely no rhythm.
So next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope, nothing else.
Oh, okay. Up next we have Queen Kong. Now, I like this verse. And I'm like, oh, this was a really good job. Then I got online. She basically reused her verse from the Who Is She? The remix from her season. Pretty much word for word. It's the same verse, just sprinkled in a little new extraness here and there. I was like, oh, okay. Okay. All right. I still liked it, though. And then she looked stunning, as always. And with her TikTok dance, it was very,
technical.
Yeah. That's the word. It was very technical. Like, it needed a little looseness added to it because, TikTok is more about the, just having fun and not being so technical. But I still enjoyed it. I thought she did a really good job here. What did you think of Queen Kong?
Well, I enjoyed it for what it was. I thought she looked amazing.
Oh, especially this look right here, this orange. Like, oh, I want to see it stood up. Oh, I want to see her standing up.
Like, I can't wait to see it on stage somewhere.
Oh, you know it is.
And, what else do I have to say? I again, like I said, I didn't know she had reused the verse.
I didn't recognize it at first either. I was just bumping along, and I'm like, okay. And like I said, I got on Twitter, and I was like, oh. And, like, they played it back to back, and I'm like, yeah. About 75% of that verse made it into this verse.
Well, I mean, if it's a branding thing, I mean, what more are you going to say about yourself? That you haven't already said.
I'm okay. I'm going to say I'm okay with it because they were her lyrics to begin with. Now, if it was somebody else's verse, she just completely ripped off and redid it, that I'll be like, now queen. But it was her own verse. And RuPaul didn't say nothing about it. So RuPaul probably didn't even remember, to be honest with you. I'm going to say RuPaul does so many of these a year. Can't keep up. And then last we had Nalenia, who I thought she did a really good job here. And her verse was really fast. I was like, whoa, slow down, Nelly, slow down. But yeah, I thought she did great. What did you think of Nalenia?
I was so happy she got her little Britney Spears moment. She wanted that so bad.
Don't we all, though?
Look, I want some Beyonce moments, some Britney Spears moments. I still sit here and in my mind when I do choreography mentally include the chair moment from Stronger. For real, that's my favorite Britney Spears ever. Is just the little spinning chair and then you just sit there and do little chair dance.
For
Good.
me, I
Yes.
think my favorite Britney choreography is the "I'm a Slave for You." Cause baby,
Why was that in my head? I was
oh,
like, watch him say slave free.
because baby, the way she ate that up and did it in one take, that's even more impressive. I'm like, you did that in one take.
Look, choreography I actually memorized was slave for you.
You want to know what the funny thing is? There's only a few music videos where I have the choreography memorized.
Mm-hmm.
You want to know what one of those songs were?
Slave for you.
Bad Romance.
Slave for you and all for you are the two choreographies that
Bad Romance is one of them. And I'm like, when the lip sync song started playing, I'm like, I'm normally against doing the choreography from the video, but at the same time, I'm like, I really hope they do it. And I think it's because I know it.
Right.
I think it's because I know it, so I'm like, I really hope they do it. And when they all did it, I'm like, yes. But we'll get to that in a second. So after the queens watch the video, they get their final critiques. They go to Untuck. The eliminated girls come in, and we find out that instead of a Miss Congeniality, we're going to have a Miss Global Peacemaker. And the queens voted. And we found out the first ever Miss Global Peacemaker is Soa Demuse. And she won a cash tip of $10,000 for a total of $60,000 in 2 episodes. In 2 episodes, she walked out with more money than all 3 of the runner-ups. You better. You better, Soa.
Okay.
You better. And then, on her name card here, they can't really see it. Let me zoom in so I can move it up some. There we go. Now they can see it. They even put it under her name, the Miss Global Peacemaker winner. I was like, oh, I like that. Normally they don't do that, or maybe I don't be paying attention when they do it. But I caught it, and I was like, that is really cute. I love that they put it under her name, on her title plate there. So,
RuPaul. Lower 6.
Huh?
I said it's the lower 6.
Oh, okay. RuPaul then announces that she wants to see all 4 of them lip sync for the crown. Do you agree with that?
I low-key think they should have just did a top 2, but it is what it is.
My thing is, if they would have done a top 2, they most likely would have cut Alyssa. Or, knowing RuPaul, probably wouldn't have. But, if you wanted to be fair, based off of what happened throughout this competition, I'm big on whoever the best 2 are the 2 that should lip sync for the crown. And based off of how the wins went this season, that was Kitty and Queen.
And then Queen would have ate the floor.
Period. Now, the way I would have judged it, it would have been more even between all 3 of them, actually, because Alyssa still got some wins, just, she has some bottoms, too. Well, Kitty wouldn't have made it this far, but that's... When I did up the math to see how it would work with me, actually Pathia is that 4th one instead of Kitty.
Ooh.
Yeah. But anyway, so we have all 4 of them lip sync. I'm okay with it, but I hated that they lip sync separately. I don't like the lip sync separately.
Right.
But that's what...
Because the thing is then there's no energy. And you could tell there's no energy. But I think they knew that certain queens would have ate other queens up if they had all been on the stage with each other.
Yeah. So they all 4 lip sync to Bad Romance by Lady Gaga. And I have to say, everyone but Kitty did a great job. My biggest issue with Kitty was she didn't know the words.
She really didn't.
She did not know the words, and that really irritated me. Now, I did think it was funny how she worked it into the lip sync. Well, lip sync. I did think that was funny that she worked it in, but it still doesn't excuse the fact that you didn't know the word. And it's Bad Romance. How do you not know the words to Bad Romance?
I mean, I don't know the words to Bad Romance, but I do know most of them.
And another thing is, if you knew that was going to be the finale song, did you think you were going to get cut before the finale or something? Like before the final lip sync, did you think you were getting cut?
She probably did.
Because if that's the finale, especially out of all the lip sync songs, I'm going to know the finale one. Like they tell us. But yeah, that was a big thing for me, her not knowing the words. But the rest of the queens, I thought did a great job. And as you can see from the screenshots that I got, it really warmed my heart that they all did the Bad Romance choreography. Because, you know, they don't get to watch each other do this. So the fact that they all just instinctively did it just makes me so happy. Like, I just thought that was so good. Now, only these three did the rest of the choreography. Alyssa didn't, but that's okay. I'll let it slide. And then at the end, when Queen did the roll, Nelania went for the split, Alyssa did a split, and Kitty did, I'm going to call that a death drop because that was not a dip. She did that.
Kitty did a flop.
Kitty did a flop. Now, I have to say, these flops looked way better than the flops she did a few episodes ago. So I'm going to give her props because her flopping didn't look like that. Yeah, I think she learned from the last time not to go so hard.
Right.
But that, with the way it was edited, it just got me so hyped there at the end of that lip sync. You should have seen me screaming. I even screamed at Kitty flopping on that ground. I was like, ah! The editors did their big one on this lip sync, okay? My goodness. But yes, it was so good. Probably my favorite 4-person lip sync like this, like, you know, separate. And now that you think about it, Queen Kong had to do this for her season 2. For season 2, the top 4 had to do theirs separately. No, top 3.
Top 3.
Yeah, top 3. They did it separately. They did Wow by Kylie Minogue. I don't know why that just popped in my head. But yeah, they had to do it separately. So Queen's used to doing this in the last episode. Oh, stage by myself? Okay.
Alright, good. I get to flex my chops and do my whole thing.
Yes, and that was the one thing I did like. Queen could do her role without possibly running into anybody. Because if all 4 of them was up there. But yeah, I thought this was a really fun lip sync. So, the queens are lined up. RuPaul announces that the winner of RuPaul's Drag Race Global All-Stars is Alyssa Edwards. Do you agree with this decision?
I've resigned myself to being okay with it.
No, to tell your actual feelings, honey. What was your initial feelings when you heard Alyssa Edwards?
Well, the song I was singing earlier. You can safe your way to the top, saving the crown. Winning the crown, safe your way to the top, winning the crown. You can safe your way to the top, winning the crown. And they pulled you through, they pulled you through.
For me, and you know, we touched on it before we started recording, or maybe we were already recording, I don't remember. But this was oddly emotional for me. It was just like, my girl did it.
Right.
She did it. And I'm not mad at this. Because honestly, I was really thinking it was going to go to either Queen or Nelania. But seeing Alyssa get it, I'm not mad. And after this
Oh,
finale, I think she did a great job in the final music video. And I think she did the best in this final lip sync.
right.
So it's just like, yeah, she didn't do the best up to this point.
Mm-hmm.
But she did really good in the finale. We've seen that multiple times. A queen who didn't have the best track record came in, slayed the finale, and won it.
Right.
If we think about Monet Exchange from All Stars 4,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm not mistaken, she had the worst track record out of all four of them. Sasha Velour, season 9. Everybody knew Shay was going to win that. But baby,
Right.
Sasha and her rose petals said elsewise. So, we've seen it a few times. And this is one time, even like through my judging, after watching the finale, I'm like, yeah, give it to Alyssa.
Right. I mean, confession time. It got spoiled for me by TikTok.
Oh no, I hate that.
Um,
See, that's
and
why
so,
I don't get on any social media. Even if I don't watch it, like when I first wake up, like throughout the day,
mm-hmm.
I will not get on Twitter. I will not get on TikTok. I will not do anything because I don't want to see any spoilers. So by the time I get home, I can watch and then get online.
Yeah.
So if you
Well,
ever noticed any of these past Fridays, because I forget which Friday it was, where you didn't really hear much from me throughout the day until like 6 o'clock, that was why, because I was avoiding social media all day. Nope. Stay away. Stay away.
yeah. No, normally, like, I'm not going to say Drag Race content never comes across my page. It's just that, like, it just depends on what I like that day. So every once in a while, I'll get, like, Katie Van Slyke for the horse content, or, just see you later for Bell Tells, the other one. Or no, hers is Hell's Bells, and then Bell's Hells is Critical Role. Critical Role content will come across my page. You'll be proud. There are far less thirst traps now.
I'm so proud of you. So proud of you. Because for a while, that's all it was thirst traps.
There is literally just one guy that I thirst over now. They don't. They only know I exist for the random comments I leave on their videos. That is the extent of our interaction. That's
one thing I love when I find a viral video and I go to the comments. And if you're friends with somebody, their comments will be at the top. So like when I open it and I'll see you or I'll see somebody else I'm friends with, I'm like, oh, I'm so glad now I don't have to send this to you because I know for a fact you've seen it.
Right. And then the funny thing is like you send me all these videos, 9 times out of 10, like I stopped checking because 9 times out of 10 it will come across my page and I will see that you shared it or you reposted it.
I'm finna say same. By the time you send me yours, 9 out of 10, I'm like, yeah, I saw that. I just didn't send that to you. I was like, I'm just gonna like it and move on, So I'm like, well, it's good to see that some of our TikToks merge. We're on the same side on a few things.
Yeah. And so, like, that's pretty much what comes across. Every once in a while, there'll be something Drag Race related.
And this time it just happened to be.
And this time it just happened to be that. And it doesn't help that, who's it? Megami? That keeps coming across my page.
Megami, yeah. Love her. Can't wait to see her back.
She keeps coming across my page all the time. Morphine keeps coming across my page all the time.
I'm just glad Morphine's back up and doing drag again because, after that accident, she was down for a little bit. So it was good to see her back up in these streets, bucking and having a good time.
Ada Vox live streams come across every once in a while. But, yeah, like actual Drag Race content doesn't come across because like RuPaul goes across all the time, but like Drag Race is very rare, and for that to have been what came across, and I didn't realize that that's what it was until it was too late, and I was just like, well, I'm here. Let me just so I was just like, oh, Alyssa won. Figures. Okay.
And this what makes me think we're gonna get another season On her title card that they put afterwards, it says Global All Stars Season 1 winner.
Right.
Why would you put Season 1 if there's not going to be a Season 2? And a lot of people think there's going to be a Season 2 because Wild Presents Plus also shared basically like a thank you from Columbia.
Mm-hmm.
I guess for shooting there or something like that. And I'm like, if you're posting this and then you're putting this under her, that makes me believe we're going to have another one. Now, I'm not sure if they're going to shoot one this year because by this point last year, they were already shooting this. Mm-hmm. So maybe next year for 26, maybe we'll get another one that airs in 26 if they shoot it in 25. I wouldn't be mad that every 2 years doing a Global All-Stars.
That kind of tracks because that gives you enough time to get more.
Mm-hmm. Well, honestly, there's so many queens, there's so many franchises, and you're only picking one. So I feel like if you choose to do Global All-Stars every year, it'll be fine because you're only choosing one from the country. Now, like Versus the World, they also do theirs every 2 years. I feel like that works because, you know, you're going to pick mostly from the host country and then pick a handful from around the world. So that makes sense every 2 years. But with Global All-Stars, I can see it being an every year thing if they wanted to. Because there's 15 different franchises now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with South Africa, yeah.
South Africa will make 16. Because there's 15 currently.
We are so busy.
But not all 15 aired this year. That 15 also includes like Holland. It includes Thailand's back now, but you know it includes Holland. It includes Italy because it looks like Italy's not coming back. Yeah, same for Sweden. I hope Sweden comes back, but it's looking like Sweden's not coming back either. But yeah, so it includes all the other ones as well. Like next year, I think there's not going to be that many drag races airing next year like it was this year. So it'll be a little easier for us upon this next year. But yeah, it says here, Alyssa Edwards, Global All-Star Season 1 winner. So, who would you want to see on a second season of Global All-Stars? Just one queen off the top of your head that you would love to see. I know I put you on the spot here. I'm sorry.
You really did.
I really did.
I'm sitting here thinking,
like right here.
Ooh.
For me, while you're getting yours to who?
Heidi
in Closet? I wouldn't be mad if Heidi came back and did it again. I wouldn't be mad at all. For me, I would love for RuPaul to meet Miss Jade-So. From Philippines too. I think that would be a hoot and a holler. RuPaul and Miss Jade-So? Oh. RuPaul's gonna live for Miss Jade-So, okay? I can feel it in my spirit. So I would love to see for Global All-Stars 2, we get Miss Jade-So up in here. But yeah, that's our season. Our winner, Alyssa Edwards, finally did it. She finally did it. She finally did it. My girl did it.
Somebody in the House of Edwards finally won.
Somebody in the House of Edwards finally won. Now, she who shall not be named, almost, honestly, if they didn't screw her at the end of All-Stars 3, she could have took it.
She could have took it.
She could have took it. But they played in her face at the end of All-Stars 3. You know, I don't like throwing the word robbed around. But that's one of the 3 times I'm a holler robbed.
Right.
You know, the other time was Keta Minaj on Holland 2. Ooh, I still want to swing up on them. And, you know, it's announced that Holland is getting picked up for a 3rd season now. So we're coming back. A new company bought the rights for Drag Race Holland, so their season 3 is coming. Do not give Fred that job.
Please don't.
Give it to Envy. Give it to Vanessa. Give it to both of them. They can be co-hosts.
Huh, like they do for Mexico.
Yeah, like, do not give it back to Fred. Fred can be a guest judge. 1 week. Come through. How y'all doing? Love y'all. Okay, bye.
Miss my job.
Go. Shoot. Shoot. Hell. Do not give it back to. I would rather you give it to who was that baby's name? I can't remember her name off the top of my head. But I'd rather you give it to an early out from one of the Holland seasons than give it to Fred again. Serious on that, honey. But yeah, Alyssa, winner circle.
There was a good angel, and there was the bad angel. We got good angel on Philippines. A bad angel on Holland.
But honey, that is Drag Race Global All-Stars. Hey. So for the final time, where can they find you on social media?
For the last time for this season, you can find me at Cresha McGill. That's CRESHAMCGILL on all social media.
And you can find me in the club, pocket full of bud, my mom. But if I'm not there, you can find me on all social media platforms at Simply Desmond. That's SIMPLYDESMOND. Thank you so much for spending a piece of your day with us. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see y'all soon. Bye.